So 1 year ago, I was in a very difficult position because if you guys don't know, I used to sell real estate. Well, technically I still do have my real estate license, but I was a full-time realtor for 9 years, pretty much, guys. I started selling real estate when I was 20, and up until last year when I had sold my last Amazon FBA business for $300,000, I started kind of having, not doubts, but I started thinking like, is real estate what I want to do forever? Or do I want to kind of take my life in a different direction and start focusing more on Amazon FBA? Because, you know, it depends what you want to do, but certain careers have certain outcomes. And obviously with Amazon FBA or any sort of e-commerce, there's a lot of freedom that comes with it, which I really like. You know, like I'm in Thailand right now, in Phuket, just, you know, enjoying my time here with my girlfriend. And I'm still getting paid every single day, guys. It's such a freaking amazing feeling. I can't even explain it to you guys. I made a video like this actually when I was in Mexico last year, which was when I was just starting my Amazon business. And at that time, it was amazing to me because I was able to, for the first time, make money while I wasn't at home. Because obviously, you know, with real estate, you have to be here. You have to keep selling the houses. If I'm not here selling houses, I'm not making any money. Whereas with this, I mean, I could literally stay here forever and it makes no difference. You know, I don't need to be back home in Canada. But anyways, back to my story. So I was in a difficult position last year because essentially I'd sold my Amazon FBA business. As soon as I sold my Amazon FBA business, an opportunity came up for me to buy a really nice property in my hometown. And I decided to just jump on it. So I pretty much took all my money in and put it into this property. And essentially it's just a piece of dirt. And then I'm building a house on top of that. So the real estate prices in Vancouver are ridiculous. Like just to buy a piece of dirt is minimum $1 million. So safe to say it took up a lot of my money, almost all of it actually. And I was in a position where I was like, fuck, I need to make money now because I got bills coming up. I'm gonna have to start construction for this house in another year. But I wasn't fully in love with real estate anymore. And I really wanted to focus on my Amazon FBA business. So I decided to give myself 1 year to fully commit to Amazon. And I pretty much promised myself that I'm literally gonna lock myself in my room until I get to 50K a month in revenue with my Amazon FBA business. Now, I ended up hitting 50K in 5 months, which was, you know, fucking amazing. But that's why in this video, I just wanted to show you guys that if you fully can commit to something and, you know, get rid of every single distractions, like literally lock yourself in your room and just focus on one task, it's very difficult for you not to achieve that goal. I think the issue right now with most people is that when they commit to something or when they make a decision or they want to do something, they don't actually fully commit. So I was in a position where I was like, I have to make Amazon FBA work because if I don't, I'm going to be probably filing for fucking bankruptcy here. I'm not going to be able to build the house. Like there's so many things that were relying on that. So I literally had to lock myself in my room, guys. And I think the issue right now with most people is they say they want to be successful with any career, like they want to start drop shipping or they want to start Amazon FBA, but they don't really want it bad enough. You know, like they'll say, okay, I'm going to try to do this, and they'll try to do it a few days of the week, but then on the weekends they're still partying with their buddies, you know, or they'll have like 3-4 good days where they're getting a lot of work done, and then boom, they'll just, you know, get rid of all that momentum. But imagine if you were constantly working. Like, you know, when you're just waking up every day, you're hitting the gym, you're getting all your work done, you're doing your checklist every day, you're writing down your goals, like there's just constant forward momentum. Imagine if you just had that for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, every single day you were just dialed in. And that's what I mean by like locking yourself in your room until you get to the goal. Because most people, including myself, you kind of get in a good momentum for a few days, and then you feel like, hey, you earned a day off. You know, I'm gonna go have a beer with the boys. You know, I've worked my ass off this week, but that's where you fuck up because now you had your momentum going and then just one little setback, and it's very difficult to actually get the momentum going. So when you do get that momentum going, you wanna just keep it going for as long as possible, right? And another really important thing that I had to remind myself to do was only focus on one thing. So when I committed to this 1 year, I said, I'm only gonna focus on Amazon FBA. You know, fuck all the other noise. I got off social media. I didn't want to see people, you know, gurus promoting drop shipping or SMMA or any other business, because that's another issue that a lot of people run into, including myself, is shiny object syndrome. You know, you're trying to focus on Amazon FBA, but then you see this guy killing it in stocks or crypto. So you start dabbling in that, and you're trying to dabble in all these different things, but you're never going to get anywhere with that, right? All your focus needs to go into one thing. So even, though I did sell real estate and that was where my main salary or where my main money was coming from, I decided to honestly just put that on the sidelines and focus solely on Amazon FBA, to the point where, people would ask me about real estate and I don't even remember anymore. I'd have to like go and research because it wasn't at the top of my head anymore, because I was literally just thinking about Amazon FBA 24/7. So the moral of the story is, I locked myself in my room. I didn't talk to my friends. I still to this day don't talk to a lot of those friends, which is actually another really curious point I should mention, guys, is when you do decide to commit to something fully because you want to make it work, you actually want to make a change in your life now, and you're fucking sick and tired of where you're at and you actually want to make a change, you're going to need to cut a lot of people out. You're going to need to stop talking to all your buddies. You just need to focus on what you want to do. And it's crazy because the people who are, I don't want to say meant to be in your life, but you'll notice that certain people, when you stop reaching out to them, they stop reaching out to you. And there's other people like your friends who are actually, support you on your mission, and they'll keep in touch and they want the best for you. But it was actually pretty interesting to me to see that, once I stopped reaching out to a lot of people, you just stop hearing from them. And that's not the end of the world. It's not like I have no ill feelings towards anybody's, but it's just interesting because now you're like, hey, okay, I used to talk to this person all the time when we were talking about bullshit or hanging out or whatever. But then when, you want to make a decision and focus just on your business, you don't hear from them anymore. So, but with that being said, everyone's got their own stuff. But I think for most people, you're going to want to cut out a lot of your friends, because most of your friends are just going to want to booze on the weekends or do stupid shit. And if you're just solely focused on making money and wanting to talk about making money, which, if you want to be successful in a business, all you're going to probably want to talk about is that business. And some people aren't going to understand that. So probably going to be a little bit of a lonely journey at the beginning, but over time you start meeting the right people who are going to be pushing you to be better in the right areas of your life. And another thing, boys, there is temptation everywhere. So when I say lock yourself in your room, I mean just wake up, go to the gym, come home, work. Don't go out, try not to put yourself in a position where you're going to want to go out with your boys or go talk to some girls and all this other bullshit. If you want to commit to something and if you want to change your life, that shit can come later, right? You can go talk to the girls later. You don't need to have a balance right now where you're, talking to these girls and also going on dates and blah, 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 and trying to work on your business, still trying to make sure you're hanging out with your boys enough. It's not going to work. You're never going to get anywhere, right? And you need to look at it not as a sacrifice as well. Like, I'm saying put your head down and grind for a few months. Some of you are like, oh man, I'm sacrificing all these things, but you're not actually sacrificing anything, guys. You're making an investment. So you need to stop looking at it as a sacrifice and look at it as an investment to your future self, right? One of the things that I did that really still to this day helps me when, people ask me to come hang out and do this fun stuff and I say no, is that I look at where I want to go and where I'm going to be versus what I'm missing out on. So let me say that again. I focus on where I want to go and the life that I'm going to have in the future, the car I'm going to drive, the private jets, the yachts, all the fucking stuff that I want, versus what I'm missing out on right now. Like, what am I missing out on right now? Going to going for a barbecue or whatever, or going to a club at a shitty club in a shitty town. What am I really missing out on, right? Some beers with some people. Fuck that shit. I want to be in my Aston Martin in Monaco. I don't know if I actually want to be there, but I'm just making that up. But you guys get the point. I want my Lambo. I want unlimited money. I want freedom completely. So, fuck all that other noise, guys. Don't look at it as a sacrifice. Look at it, you're investing your money or your time into what you actually want to be, where you want to be. So there we have it, guys. I just wanted to make that video. If you're in a position where you're not where you want to be, it's because you haven't put your head down and focused hard enough. Get rid of Instagram, get rid of social media, get rid of all your buddies, and just say, this is what I want to do, and commit yourself for 6 months, right? 6 months of pure focus. If you can't do 6 months, try to do 3 months. Most people can't even do that, right? And also when you are focusing, make sure when you're actually doing your work, your phone's on silent, you have no distractions, and I promise you, you're actually going to get somewhere for once. And when you do start seeing results, keep that momentum going. Don't just have a first few good days and then all of a sudden decide because you worked out for 5 days in a row, you can take the weekend off and go drink. That's stupid. You're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to get 1 step forward, 2 steps back constantly. So there we have it, guys. If you actually want to get serious about changing your life, you need to commit fully to it. You can't have any other options. You need to put aside 3 months, 6 months, and keep your head down and focus on that one task. You know, if you have a job to work, you still got to work that job, but when you come home, just focus on that goal. And if you guys have any questions about Amazon FBA, feel free to send me a message on Instagram or leave a comment down below. You guys know where to find me. It's going to be in the description. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.